Okay, so we're coming up on Father's Day tomorrow. Um, in the year 2025, I was born in 1954. So that makes me 70 years old. By now, I'm a grandmother. My father passed away in 1985. And I think about how, Jesus talked about God being a father to the fatherless. And I love Jesus's religion that is pure and undefiled, is taking care of orphans and widows in their distress. So I'm just here to say Jesus was not opposed to religion. He transformed it by love, by the will of God. And Jesus, I know this is still a contentious issue in the world, but Jesus said that those who believe in him all share the same Father. And so he had called his disciples out of their normal routines to teach them that there was more to life than work. So some people ask people who attend churches and synagogues and temples and whatnot on a regular basis, and they say, well, is there more to life than this? And Jesus says, of course, and so do we. So I think Jesus is both spiritual and religious. Religious is a form of rules that organize something. And even all these people who call themselves that they like unorganized religion, and so they go out and they start a business, or they just start doing good things for people and whatever. That's their religion. That's their rule of life. Religion is a rule of life. So let's get over this argument about should people be in church or shouldn't they, or synagogues or whatever. The thing is, the doors should be open so people can come and learn. We should all respect each other according to our faith that is given to us, that we have been taught, but we should also be willing to learn with open hearts and minds about what other people believe in, and then allow people to make their own decisions. This idea that we don't need to educate people about the history of some of what's going on in the world is unhealthy. And so I just wanted to say that there are a lot of people in the world who are orphans and widows and widowers, and that the vast majority of us experience those conditions at some point in our life. When your parents die, whether you're young or whether you're old, you are an orphan. You're without an earthly parent. Jesus' whole teaching is about that we have one Father, our Father in heaven. Hallowed be thy word. That means holy and important. And if people are not given an opportunity to listen to speak, to hear, then that is a sad thing. We in the United States don't want to see that kind of stuff happen. We don't want to be silenced. Because when you silence that, you silence love. There's a verse in the New Testament that teaches us God is love. Well, love, true love, pure love, the kind of love that takes care of people and loves them and forgives them and is merciful and kind, that teaches, that gives some sort of rules and orders in kind and loving ways of expression are important. We're coming up to Father's Day. I think the most important the most important father that we can all show respect to is our God in heaven, who gave us life and who took on human flesh himself and learned how to walk and to live and to work and to eat and to love in this world, and became extremely familiar with all of our troubles and sorrows. And this love was given to us out of a heart full of a desire for people to live in peace with one another, even if they came from different places and different beliefs. Peace and goodwill. Don't be afraid of love. Don't be afraid of the truth about what real love is. And don't be afraid of people having goodwill for one another. The world is full of trouble, and people need to learn how to find a way to live, to respect themselves and other people, to not be pointing fingers and condemning and acting like they are without any kind of trouble of their own, but to acknowledge it. So dads, earthly dads, I hope that you find moments of peace in this world. I hope that even if you haven't been a perfect father, and even if you haven't been a perfect husband, join the crowd, because there are no perfect men, there are no perfect fathers, there are no perfect husbands, just as there are no perfect women or wives, and there are no perfect children. But here's the deal. Jesus Christ told us that we are all children, and that by receiving the Holy Spirit, we become children of God. So there's discussion in the Bible that that there are children of God who are born not of the will of man, but by the will of God. And I am convinced that these are not have anything to do with earthly paternalism or earthly DNA, and that it's all from the Spirit of God. When we experience spiritual rebirth by the will of God, and of course, He wants us to cooperate, so it's pretty rare that He ever forces Himself on us. So if we could be willing to receive the Spirit of love from God, the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, like Jesus asks us to, I wonder how much happier and how much more loving and how much more peace we would experience in this world. In this world, here on earth, just by receiving the Holy Spirit into our heart. It's simple. Happy Father's Day, God. I give you my heart. Please come and live with me. Try that prayer. Blessings.